Hey everybody, it's Father Jacob. It's been a while since you might have seen me. I was sick for a little while and then actually went on vacation. But I wanted to do something a little new and to talk about the readings for this past Sunday, just so I can give my thoughts. And if you were wondering what they were, then you can hear them. But we got some really good readings this weekend. But there's that first one that might seem a little tone deaf. It's all about the perfect wife, and it seems like it was written a while back. So this perfect wife is someone who is a really good homemaker. It's someone who obtains wool and flax and works with loving hands. Now, I don't know about you, but that might seem a little weird. So what is it really talking about? And I think once I explain that, we can get into the theme that I want to focus on. So the main point from the first reading, talking about this wife, that we have to realize is that in other parts of Scripture, in some of the wisdom literature, it talks about the wisdom of God in feminine characteristics. The wisdom of God is always referred to as she and her. And whenever you have this lady in your life is transformed and it's filled and it's full and it's beautiful and it's great. And so the author of Proverbs, when he's talking about the perfect wife in this way, really what he's talking about is it's a woman who personifies wisdom. She's enfleshed wisdom in her life. And whenever you go to her and you learn from her, your life is full and beautiful and transformed and great. And he mentions that in part towards the end. He says, the woman who fears the Lord is to be praised. And in other parts of Scripture also it says that the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. And so there's all of that in that first reading. And really what it gets to is the fact that the perfect wife, or someone who is wise, someone who fears the Lord, is someone who is able to take what they receive and to multiply it, to make it better, to make it good, and to follow the Lord all throughout every stage of that. And as I mentioned, that gets into the theme that I really want to emphasize. It's spiritual fruitfulness. Now, me as a celibate man, I think about that all the time, and a lot of times people will remind me. So they'll come up to me and they'll be like, "Wait, so you're celibate? So you can't have a family of your own?" No, I can't. So you can't be married? You know, they just keep. No, I'm celibate. I've chosen that. Wait, so you can't like be with a woman? No, I don't. I'm called to be spiritually fruitful. And I wasn't tricked into that when I was thinking about priesthood. It's not something that I wasn't aware of and they kind of sprang it on me. It's something that I prayed about for a long time. It's something that I was attracted to and that I've given my life to focus on dedicating my life to the Lord so that whatever He gives me, I can multiply it and make it better, and to be spiritually fruitful. Now, just a short history lesson. If you look at Christianity, it started in the East, started in a Greek-speaking part of the world, and then it moved into a Latin part, to the Western part. And if you look at the Eastern Christian Church now, it's very regional. It's very territorial. It's usually by country. But if you look at the version of Christianity that's the most popular, it came from Western Christianity. It came from the people who were practicing celibacy. And people who were celibate, they were religious, men and women religious, they were priests, they were bishops, they were able to go out, they were free to do that. They could go all the way across the world, and they were able to make disciples and to bring goodness and all throughout the known world, even new parts of the world too. And that spiritual fruitfulness is something that has descended all the way to our present day now. So why do I mention that at all? The point is that the power of spiritual fruitfulness is amazing. And it's not something that only celibate men and women are called to. It's something that every Christian is called to do to some extent. So if you are in a ministry, for example, if you have dedicated your life to the Lord in this way, think about how long you have been in that ministry. Look at the people around you in that ministry. How long have they been in that ministry? Do you feel stuck in that ministry, in the work that you're doing? If that's the case, that's not good, because our call as Christians, as disciples, is to take whatever we have received from the Lord and to make it better, to multiply it, to bring goodness, and to pass it on to the next generation. And so if you want to be a successful minister, a successful Christian disciple, the first thing that you need to be doing is looking to who can replace you, to looking to people to build up and to equip and to make sure that they're able to do whatever it is that you dedicated your life to, but even better. That's what it means to be spiritually fruitful. That's what it means to be someone who fears the Lord, is filled with wisdom, and is able to multiply God's good gifts. It's in the gospel. It's what Jesus talked about in the parable of the talents. God has given us everything that we have. Our call is to make it better, to multiply. And so may we do that. May we be spiritually fruitful and multiply the good works of God.